Okay, here we are again. We're gonna be frosty windows and all. Got Motor City Blight Busters to help lend me a hand. Let's see about going ahead and picking up this stuff and returning it to whence it came, over here at 15700 Patton. We definitely do not like dumping in the city of Detroit by homeowners, by renters, by contractors, all of the above. Right. Stay tuned, guys. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I think this young lady wants to get through here, so
Let's start at the biggest pile.
yeah, let's do that.
Okay, have him follow.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go down this way.
All right, guys. We have a very tight schedule this morning. What I'm hoping to do today is send a message that we collectively as a neighborhood are willing to work with anyone that's willing to work with us. But what we will not tolerate is you coming into our community and making your property better and letting the rest of us suffer.
Right.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to return to sender everything that is clearly deck material. This weekend, Blight Busters will be back to clear the rest. I personally saw these folks cut this up, load it into their green truck, and then distribute it throughout the community. So I only want to return what I saw them dump. And then we'll come back here, like I mentioned, Saturday or one day next week, and we'll clean up the balance.
Next is return to sender.
Hello.
Jonathan, tell me about your mission today.
Well, my mission is to clean up my neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods as well. When we see contractors not doing the right thing, that are coming in here and making our neighborhood look worse than it should, this is when we step up. We have people in the neighborhood that are watching, they're putting tips out there, and then I get my camera out there. Then I get my good buddy John George to come give me a hand and return to sender. We actually, today we were able to assemble a great group of men here and my old lady. She's a sweetheart. I love you. But best thing to do is make sure that these people are aware that we're watching you, and we're also going to go ahead and make sure that you guys are accountable. Not only is this guy going ahead and got all this stuff returned to him, he's also getting a ticket.
Well, is this the first time you've pulled this kind of a switcheroo, you know?
No. If you look at my videos, I have a few of them that I do. And I think we're going to start doing a lot more of this, because this is what we're going to need to do, stuff like this. Make sure that these folks, that they just can't disappear. You know, this dumping goes on a daily basis. This guy works really hard. His crews work really hard to clean up the city of Detroit, and we want to make sure that this doesn't happen in the future.
Well, it's kind of counterintuitive to clean up your house and then blight your neighborhood, because you're not going to you're going to devalue what you're valuing, isn't it?
Right on, you know. That's the combat we have. It's not just the contractors from outside of the city, it's the mentality within the city as well. We get people that buy these foreclosed homes all the time, and they think they can just hire anybody to go ahead and renovate them and properly dispose of their materials. And we're finding out that's not always the case. But yes, it is counterproductive to what we have going on in this neighborhood.
John, is this kind of a I've been with you a lot of different things. Is this your first kind of mission like this,
Well,
or?
this is our first return to sender. I know John had spoke to the gentleman, and we asked him nicely to clean up his mess. Clearly, he hasn't. You know, I've lived in this neighborhood 58 years, and I'm sick and tired of people taking advantage of us. We're not a rich community, but we're rich at heart, and we're going to band together, all of us, black folks, white folks, young and old, and we're going to do whatever we need to do to make this city safe and clean and stable. We want our children to be able to grow up in a community that's clean. And we're not trying to cause any trouble. What we're trying to do is create some bridges. And we'll work with these folks. If they want to reach out to us, we'll be more than glad to bring in our crew and our volunteers, and we'll work with you. But don't work against us. We've been working for too hard for too long.
So if this was a guy that said, hey, look, I'm trying to straighten out this house and doing some work on it, can you guys help me with disposing of it? Would you guys have helped him?
Absolutely. No question about it. You can ask anybody in this neighborhood. Anyone that's asked us to help them, we've always reached out and tried our level best to create, you know, a win-win for the investors, for the homeowners, and for the community. We're not trying to be, you know, hard asses. We're just a little tired of cleaning up after other folks. And again, we're willing to work with you, but you can't come into our community, make your property a little bit better at the expense of the rest of us. We're just not going to tolerate it.
So you were a personal eyewitness to this junk being at these different places.
Absolutely. I have a photo of this property when the deck was intact. I have a photo of the gentleman and his crew that were dismantling it. I saw them loaded into the truck and disappeared on that Wednesday. Documentation on film. So we have photos, we have film, we have license plate numbers, we have descriptions. So we know exactly who did it. You know, we're willing to stick our neck out just a little bit further for this community. But I hope people understand and realize that all we want is a clean, safe, beautiful community in which to live. We have a mayor now that understands the importance of neighborhoods and neighborhood groups. And he's doing his level best to get the rest of this junk out of here. We have streetlights for the first time in years. We've come out of bankruptcy. People are investing and believing in the city again. So this is not the time to dump illegally in our community. It's a time for all of us to come together and get this city back on track once and for all.
And you reached out to this guy and said, could you come and get this? And what was his response to you?
Well, John is the gentleman that had the opportunity to talk with him.
That was last week. As you can see, nothing got done. So that's where we decided, out of frustration, John calls me up again and says, hey, you know, nothing gets done here. So that's when we decided to go ahead and take action. That's what brings us here.
You're calling this operation?
Return to sender. Don't dump in our city. It might end up back on your front lawn.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen.
Sir.
All right, let me get a wide shot of all you guys. So